All right. Hello. Howdy doody. Alrighty. I'll just wait for this to show me that it's all gone live properly. Give me 1 second and then we're going to let a few more people join in. Hope you're well. Alrighty. I'll just wait for this to show me that it's all... If you can hear me loud and clear, can you just type into the question or the chat window, yes, just so that I am aware of you being able to hear me, really. Pretty straightforward. Okay. All right, good. Thanks, guys. All right, let's start off by looking at our top 10. The top 10 has been revised to have Link in here and to take Tron and I think Ethereum Classic out and pop Binance, but I don't know. I did this shuffle. It is what it is, and it's ready to go. Now, for all of you that would like to know how you can get 6-day-a-week videos from me, like trading videos, watch list type videos, then it's easy. We're asking you to get involved with a survey that we're conducting here with FTX. Well, we're conducting the survey, but to help understand from a point of view of how to get your trading. I know a lot of accounts are just simply not trading with margin and the perp contracts. I know that. And I want to understand why. I want to understand what's holding you back from trading and being a trader. And don't forget, a lot of what I've made over the last couple of months, and it's been a good few months, has not been from directly trading. Okay, there's been money made in directly trading in and out, that sort of thing, but a lot more of it's been made through holding the right tokens, reading the charts and understanding like one trade with spot, not even using margin. Like Link, for example, was a really good one. I've been in that for the last few weeks, and I'll show you in a moment. So it's not just exclusively for those that are, wanting to use margin. You can still manage your portfolio by understanding and using these strategies. So, Link's brought this to you. I'm the one who's showing you this, but I want you to get the most value from the platform and from me and the content that I put out. So if you can ask me or let me know through that survey, it's in the description below. Then I can sort of facilitate the content that you need to take those steps forward. So I'm an open book. I'm happy to help, and just let me know. Okay, so let's look at Bitcoin. First things first, across the top 10, we can see we are down slightly here for the day thus far. Now, here's the big kicker. We break up through the high here, the high being 94.83. We'll have a higher low and a higher high, and we'll look likely to head towards that 10 grand mark. Of course, Bitcoin's not done very much for quite some time. Bigger picture-wise, if we break down, and we break the low of this level, then this will be a clear lower high, then we'll have a lower low, and that will show up as well on that weekly to be quite significant to the downside. That being said, look, you know the cradle strategy, right? We've got a bullish candle in that cradle zone. All right, bullish candle in the cradle zone. We break the high of that bullish candle, we really do look good. Now let's combine that weekly. It will be a really positive thing on that higher time frame. If I jump now to the daily, let me show you this one. That will also set this as a higher low, and then a break through that high, which also is the high of the weekly, will have us in an uptrend. In that case, we look pretty bullish. So waiting to see what happens. It's been so slow for a long time on Bitcoin and many of the other top 10 contracts as well, excluding things like Link and Binance recently, as well as Cardano, however you pronounce that. So right now, if I look at the daily, there's a few things to consider. Of course, if I look at the 4-hour, it's just still very choppy. So Bitcoin for me right now is if it gains momentum to the downside, hey look, I got no issue at all trading little pullbacks into that cradle zone. Being fully aware though, that that we have 9,000, and 9,000, look, it's not been a precise level, but prices struggled to go through it. Now, that's not to say that it's going to struggle again, not at all. It's just showing that there has been a little bit of a rejection of 9,000, and we can see that on the daily here. Look, each time it's gone to 9,000, I don't think it's closed below, maybe once. Oh, it closed at 8,999. So you can see it on the daily, it has struggled to close below that level. Keeping an eye on it, nevertheless, but there's more to the list than just Bitcoin. There is absolutely no doubt there. So let's have a look at my FTX list. Question. The last 6 weeks has been tearing me a new behind. Hope things start turning around soon. That's not good to hear, mate. Is it because you're over trading? You've got to, you're not going to find great trades every single day. Okay, trading is about knowing when to strike, when to be active, and when to stand back, when to trade against Bitcoin, when to trade against this, when to trade against. It's a combination of understanding the environment, and it does take time. It's not something that you can, hey presto, instantly master. It will take time. So try not to trade too much, perhaps. That could be a key to unlocking your greatness. Ethereum here. Why isn't my mouse working very well? Look, there's resistance at 250. It's very clear. It's very, very clear through here. Bang, bang, bang. High or low. If we could just break out through 250, I think Ethereum looks very, very strong. Let me base it off a couple of things and help you with Bitcoin here as well on the weekly, because they all these tie in that I'm going to look at now. Bullish candle in the cradle zone. All right. Now, Ethereum, bullish candle in the cradle zone, broke higher. Nice move. Then let's go to, where are we? Link. Bullish cradle back here in the cradle zone. That's when I bought Link. And then the resistance ahead. Okay, so keep with it. Keep with me. Break of the high of the bullish candle. Ethereum did it. Ethereum's got resistance ahead. Link did it. Link had resistance ahead. Ethereum now. Resistance ahead. Now that doesn't mean we are going to break up through there. It just shows that if we see that weekly candle and we break through the high, and we're looking bullish, and then we move through the resistance, we've seen in the past some very strong moves. It's just understanding and starting to read that that chart in a technical sense with a little bit more understanding and detail. And that's what we want to do. We want to keep building on what you've got. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to have hard periods. There is no doubt about that. You just got to keep learning from it. When the conditions come good and we get out of these ranges, you got to know where to move to and where to focus. Don't take too many trades. It's about taking really, really good ones. Question, would you place orders for ETH over the breakout level? Look, for me, there's no trade here just yet. I'm happy to trade the break, but it's got to set up for a Bitcoin breakout setup. It's not done that for me yet. At this stage, if it broke above, I'd look for pullbacks. I just look for entries. At the minute, looking at Ethereum, this 4 hour here. Let's go lower. I don't know why my mouse decides to let me down alone. There's not really a strong enough level. I mean, we can clearly see that there is a little bit of support running through there. Let's match this in. Oh, why? There we go. All right. This is going to be frustrating. Look, a breakdown on Ethereum and a pullback in is certainly something that I could definitely work with. It's got a while to go, so it's not an immediate trading opportunity for me right now. Cardano next, the powerhouse. Let's go back and look at this on the weekly. Come on. Again, weekly candle in that zone. Bam, really, really nice move. It's just been on a roar this year. Right now, it's getting a bit messy up there. It's not something of that any much interest. Lower high here. It might be, when I look at this, it might be time to consider your holdings because, I don't want to be long in a downtrend. Question, if trading on the weekly, obviously the percentage for stops, etc. are greater than the lower time frames. Do you just reduce position size to suit your risk management, or are they trades you put on the future options? If I'm trading like for the longer term weeklies, I tend to not use margin or futures, simply because the carryover costs can add up. I'll just trade them spot. So it's instead of holding all Bitcoin or all USDT or USD or Ethereum or whatever, I just move it across. I might go, okay, I'll move my a few Bitcoin into Link or whatever it may be. I just manage the portfolio to what's looking likely for those better moves, and that's really the way that I do it, and it's been working quite well. Cardano right now, I don't see enough there to warrant any trading opportunities. Algo, geez, it's been having a good run lately. I love where it is right now. Look, pulling back in. Where is it pulling back into? A rough region of support and resistance. Let me mark that in as a reference point. Maybe it's probably it's a rough region. Okay, it's not exact. Excuse me. You know, a little pullback, a little bullish candle in there would certainly be of interest to me. I'm going to leave it at that. There's not too much more, certainly not the lower time frames at this moment in time. If I look here at altcoin perp, please. There we go. No, nothing there. Would I consider were we talking about algo? Look, it's for me, you know, I wouldn't want to be getting long below the resistance. But if I had a little bullish candle that had a high that was breaking, you know, above that level, sure. No problem at all. Go, Aaron. Okay, what am I doing here? Daily. Cosmos. What a run that is, eh? Look, I'm waiting for a bit deeper pullback there. Not much going on. Bitcoin Cash. I might be able to look at this for a potential short. And I do have markets that I am looking for potential shorts on at the moment. Doge being one of those. There's nothing really there for me at this stage. Hang on, hold the phone. Lower high, lower low. We do have a downtrend. We're looking at this low to this low for convergence on that. We've got it. I don't know if the 30 is going to be convergent though. No, I have to let that go based on the 30, based on those rules. Binance, what a cracking move that was. And look where we are here. Back into an old resistance level, could act as support. It's just gone up very quickly. The only issue I've got with Binance is it perhaps, look, hasn't lost momentum having moved so significantly over the last couple of weeks. I mean, 1550 to where we are. Actually, it's not that big. It's 16%, of course. It's a decent move, but I mean, it's been in such a tight range, hasn't it? It doesn't look. It doesn't look. It looks a lot more than that. It's not. So let's have a look. 4 hour, not so nice. 8 hour, look, if it pulls back in, the 8 and the 12 are pretty tiny looking charts there. It's got a thing is, if it pulls back in, do I want it, you know? I think it's the rough region. Look, I'll keep an eye on it. I'll keep an eye on it. It's definitely not there just yet as far as a wow standout for me. BSV grinding lower. Okay, it's right around some support now. So I probably wouldn't be too interested in anything at the minute on that. Bitmax very sideways, can skip that puppy. Check out the Doge. So Doge. Of course, I think most people have heard the conversation about the TikTokers. God, I feel old saying that. The people that sort of sent Doge really pumping. It's kind of a... Doge does that, right? I don't know why. It just seems to be a pump coin. So I can fully see it coming all the way back to here. I've got no issue with that occurring. I think it seems fairly likely. Now, if we look at the history of Doge on our FTX chart here, and we have seen a big move, warranted this was not as big a move, but look, whooshka, and then big fall back. So, whooshka, happened even quicker. If you look at the short side, let's not go from the high, because that's unrealistic, to where we are. We've pulled back already, 35, 36%. So I've got absolutely no qualms at all. In fact, I'd love to find a short trade on Doge, as it does tend to do these pumps and dumps. Most people only trade the upside. I think the downside's probably more predictable, because once it goes up, it usually goes down soon after. And just on that, you know, there's a pullback in here move. What's the better time frame here? Let's see what we can find. Pullback, I don't, be brave in there. It's not really Probably best to be that 15. But look, I'm not going to hindsight trade this. I'd like to see it pull back on the higher time frames to give me a little trade. I'll pull back up into this region to be ideal. So it's in the list for that reason. Question, any advice? Every time I start getting consistency and ready to increase my position sizes, once I do, I get bent over and screwed on every trade, scaring me back to tiny positions, making me feel like I'm getting nowhere. Yeah, look, I've been through that too. It's often, well, it's nearly always in your head. Okay, it's nearly always in your head when you increase. I think. Look, it's hard. It's hard to sort of really get down into the pointy end without mentoring somebody, because I can't see everything you're doing. We haven't got that dialect. You know, it's difficult without that one-to-one perspective. But what I will say, process wins. Okay, process wins. Focusing on money, making money tends to mean you don't. Now, I'm not saying that that's what you're doing, mate. I'm not saying that you're focusing on making money. I'm saying that sometimes you can be thinking about the money without actually thinking you're thinking about the money. As you increase your risk, of course, you know, sometimes you can feel uneasy inside of you, and that can alter the way you trade. And by the sounds of it, it sounds like you go, bam, consistency. And then when you increase the multiple of dollar risk or BTC risk or whatever it may be, you come back off of that. Yeah, like I said, it's tough without having a mentor. There's nothing wrong with doing a good stint on the lower risk amounts to get completely, you know, a lot of self-confidence. Now, we've seen markets that haven't been carrying through all that well. We've seen them go up or down and back through, and they reverse, and it's been rather messy. We haven't really seen, apart from markets like Chainlink, Cardano, and a few others, we haven't seen prolonged trend. You know what I mean? We haven't seen prolonged trends. So when those prolonged trends start to kick in, maybe with that consistency you've got, I think that's a good leaping point, because you'll have better market conditions and you'll also have a longer period where you can feel that you've been doing the right thing. Yeah, we've got mentoring with my mentors. You've got to have gone through all the programs. Just ask admin at tradercobb.com. We'll just go to the website and speak to the chat box there. There'll be somebody there that can help you with all of that sort of stuff, point you in the right direction. I hope that helped. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but it is important that I give you an answer that I think's, you know, gonna help you really. Okay, Dragon. Now, what's there not to like about Dragon? Okay, what do we got here? Dragon Daily. Oh boy. Look at this puppy. Beautiful. Jeez, there's been a couple of nice moves on Dragon. Looking very similar to Link, to be fair. You know. Let's go back to this daily. And I want to, like, the way this trend is going is very nice and clear. The 12-hour also tucking in quite nicely into that cradle zone here. It's probably likely that I'll wait for. It's probably likely I'll wait for that daily. I'm not sure, Ash. Yeah, I'm gonna wait on that daily. I'm going to wait on that daily. I'll leave it at that. It's going to go in the watch list because it could be as much, you know, the next 24 hours. EOS Perp, well, I'm not too keen on that at the moment. Ethereum Classic, starting to come off a little bit here. Let's see the cyclicity on the 15, see if it's worth it. Look, it's got a bit to do, to be honest with you. It's probably not on my radar for anything really, really immediate. Exchange Perp, just a bit sideways there for me. Horby, now here's one that I've been keeping an eye on for a little while. Now, it failed to give me a very nice level to trade through. But that being said, because we've got a higher low here, if it pushed above and pulled back in and gave me a cradle off of that level, or a booster if you know what that is, then yeah, I dig it. I'm going to pop that in the list. Look, it's a fair way off, but this is about creating a watch list so that I don't have to continue to scan this list every time I want to come back to the market. I can just go, boom, have a quick look, see if it sets up, set my window and go, right, well, I know it's got to break above before I'm interested, so therefore I won't be looking at it for a little while. And it's just the management of time, really, that I'm looking at here. KNC perp, how recent's that one? Leo's fallen hard, but there's nothing for me to work with there. Link, well, check out this little beauty. Come on, mouse, work for me, work for me. We may get a little bullish candle in this region. Let's just double check this, because the 8-hour might be convergent. It is. Link's been running very, very well. Yeah, it's hard to argue with a market that moves like this, isn't it? I mean, look at the beauty of that. It's just tremendous. It's broken that resistance. It's just run hard. There have been opportunities for those that are available. That's got to be in the list. I mean, look at that. Pulling back into the cradle zone. Little bullish candle off of $7. Chuck a bonus factor in there. Let's add a couple of things in here as well. Let's just... Why are you not... I must be low on mouse batteries. It's very frustrating. Come on, come on, come on, little fella. 61.8. Let's see if I can match that up with another one. If anything, it'll be the 50, but it might be a little bit too close, I think. Yeah, can leave that one there. Look, it's a lovely looking chart. I'm going to be looking out for that in the next 2 hours and 38 minutes. Litecoin falling, but without any lower time frame trend. Aaron, question. I know what you mean about that, Arnold. It was a breakout. Oh, okay. I'll have a quick squeeze. Matic. I might jump to the 8 here. If it's not clear, it's not there. And I think Matic, it's going to be too far away for that. You know, you've got this list, and if you don't have it, just let us know. And we can, email admin at Trader Cobb. They'll send you the list for the full perp that I've got here. Tomorrow, if there's a bullish candle in there on the 8, or I might consider that. Oh, that looks really nice. But it's just got a long way to wait, and I don't want to clutter my watch list with things where I've got to wait a very, very long time for. Mid cap perp, nothing at the moment, no. OKB, it's spiked, it's very sideways, not too keen on that. Shit perp, let's have a look at this on the daily. Oops. Let's go a bit lower here. It just nosedived a bit hard there. Yeah. I'm not overly keen there, I've got to say. I'll leave that for the time being. Tomo's been running quite nicely, of course, as you can see here. Very good cyclicity on some of these higher time frames. As you can see, pull back in, move, pull back in, move. It's been ticking the boxes quite nicely as far as trend goes. Looking really nice. The problem I've got is from this high to this high, we're actually divergent on the MACD. So it's going to not make the cut based on that. Tron, if anything, it's going to be the daily, and it's going to be a little while for me. XRP, not the greatest there either for clarity. This is one that I have been stalking very hard. It has not given me an entry. Higher low, high, higher low, higher high, boom, boom, boom. Pull back, but it just didn't slow up enough. Could still be there. Oh, it's getting a bit wild. That's a big move, I mean... I like nice cyclicity. I don't like these giant big candles. That's a big move. 17% in the space of kind of a day and a half. I think I can abandon that for the time being until it shows a little bit more desire to be nice. Privacy, no. Theta is a no. DeFi right now, I'll have to leave that. And comp, I was watching comp. It's had 2 support levels here. I was looking for a pullback into there on the 4, and then I went down lower, and I was actually looking at these 2 tests for a possible break to the downside if the third one sets. Now the potential is for little cradles as we see the cyclicity come in. It's a relatively new contract, so I'm not expecting all that much. Oh, actually, no, there's probably quite a bit of liquidity there because it is new. but just be careful on that. Right now, anything to trade there isn't, unless the 15-minute starts to trend better. But doesn't look too bad. Let me have a look at, what was it? KNC. Oh, how long's KNC been around for? Okay, well, I'm going to add this to my watch list now. And the reason I'm going to add it in is because it has got a number of days of data that I can actually start to look at. Flat level, yeah. Okay, so instantly I've seen this. As a breakout, I wouldn't say it's a good one. As a level, I'd say it's a good one. So you can have a support or resistance level for that matter that sets up, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's a breakout trade. For now, I'd love nothing more than to see the market pull back up into here. The only issue that I have here actually, oh bother, see these tests through here? That's actually a high now, high to lower low. It doesn't actually fall into being any sort of trend. So I probably would leave that for the time being, and just continue to see what goes on there and maybe pick something up. So let's have a look at the watch list that we've got here. How long do you wait before looking at new additions to FTX, WRX? Oh, look, I tend to look, I need to have enough data. So a few weeks usually, a couple of months would be ideal. So I want to be able to see the weekly candle as well. So, yeah, that's what I'm after. Let's just see VeChain. That was relatively new, if I'm correct. Yeah, that's too new. WRX I think was yesterday or something, right? No, it's not there. SXP perp. Not enough data there. FTX perp. Is that what you were talking about? No. And what was the other one? MKR. Maker, I can probably... Oh, look, there's not really enough data there for me, really. I need to have a little bit of time. Yeah, mate, that's the best way to do it. Coinbro, I've forgotten... Is it Aaron? I've forgotten the name. I know we spoke and interviewed a little while back. I just can't remember. But yeah, mate, that's the way that most US clients do it. I'm not suggesting that you do. I'm just saying that's the way they do it. So let's go for a run through the list that we've got. Of course, we've got Ethereum here. Corey, sorry, mate. Apologies. Aaron, Corey, nothing alike. We've got some support here. I'm kind of stalking this in the lower time frame. It's got a bit of waiting to do. Look, if we do build in and get some good support through there, look, I would consider for a break for sure. But it would need to be bloody good. It would need to have a really tight lower high. I would prefer to see it break and then continue on. Algo, look at this. What do we got here? This was the daily. I'm keeping an eye on this daily in 12 hour. I think it's actually the 12 hour here. On the 12 hour, I got to wait for that till it's going to probably be tomorrow morning. 10 a.m. is probably going to be the closest time that I can actually get anything realistic there. Binance Perp, if it consolidates up here a wee bit longer and lets the moving averages catch up a wee bit, then possible. Again, a bit of waiting to do. That being said, if we were to go and pop here, then we'll get ourselves back into a trend, and I'm open to that. Why? Well, because the daily's been trending and marching on very, very nicely here. And look at the cyclicity here on that 8. Doge, well, this is a puppy for those that are looking or potentially keen to short. Yeah, we got some cyclicity in this puppy, and I want to see if I can find something. Well, not see. I want it to prove if it's going to give me a short trade. I can certainly see it moving lower. I'm just going to have to wait to find my entry, and that's what trading's about. Being patient. You got to wait. Over trading. A couple of people have made comments today about the fact that they're over trading and they're getting dusted. I'm not surprised, and although it pains me that you have to go through that, you kind of do. it's part of the process. You've got to suck at something before you get good at it. And before you get good at it, you've got to make a lot of mistakes. Working with someone like me, that's a way that you can help to diminish those mistakes or become more aware of them. That's what my education's about. But you have to learn it. You know what I mean? Like, we got guys and girls that are killing the pig. We got guys and girls that are struggling. Name one university degree where everyone comes out and goes, we're all successful. It takes time. So stick with it, minimize the risk, and you'll be right. Just keep working at it. It's worthwhile doing, trust me. It took me a while too, but it's worthwhile having this skill, so just don't give up. Deeper pullback required here. 1,000's a bit far away, maybe 1-1. I'm just going to wait and see what we get here on Dragon. The next couple of days are kind of crucial there. Horby, I do like it. I just want to see it break above, pull back in. That's the only option as it stands, what I'm looking at right now. Link, nice looking chart. Conversion on the 8, back in the 61.8, coming off a round number. You need to make your own decisions as always. I'm here to empower you, not tip you. Let me just get that out to get that clarity there. Any levels in the lower time frames here that might be... No, nothing in particular. So there you go. Ethereum perp, Algo perp, BNB perp, Doge perp, Dragon perp, HTP or Horby perp, and Link perp. Now all on different time frames more or less, which is great. It's what we want to see. I don't want to have to make a decision between 6 trades going off at the same time. I want to be able to look at the market and go, okay, well, I've got a bit for now and a bit for later and a bit for tomorrow morning as well. That's what we've got. This is brought to you by FTX. Of course, if you want to get a free month of getting videos in your inbox from myself and my team 6 days a week, fill out the FTX survey. You've got to have an account to do that. And if you don't have an account, we'll get one on the link. 10% off your trading fees. Go get them, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day. Whew, that was a long one. Hope you're well. I'll be in touch, or you can be in touch, or if you need anything, hit up the website, chat box, and we'll be there for you. Take care, guys. Speak to you again soon. Thank you very much for your time.